What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today we're talking about hair and only hair. I've had kind of an intense hair journey the last couple years, and I've just been getting a lot of questions about what I use on my hair, how I style it, how I've been dealing with my hair falling out. I've talked about this on Instagram a lot, so I'll fill you guys in. So let's start with the most common hair question I get. What shampoo do you use? Shampoo is an interesting one, especially for me. I've never really stuck to one shampoo. And I think I think a long time ago someone told me that your hair gets used to one shampoo if you use it for too long. That may or may not be true, I don't know. But I just find myself rotating through different shampoos. I've used so many different kinds, from Whey, Redken, even Nioxin when I really started losing hair. Who else? A bunch, like so many different kinds. The one that I'm using right now is by Klorane. Klorane, am I saying that right? If I'm saying that wrong, please tell me. I hate pronouncing things wrong, but it's the first shampoo I've actually used from shampoo and conditioner that I've used from them. They just sent it to me randomly, and I read it and I was like, ooh, anti-pollution shampoo. It just sounded sexy to me, so I started using it. First of all, this shampoo makes my head smell like a mojito. It smells so good, like so invigorating and fresh, like a freaking mojito. It's the most intense in the shower when I'm actually lathering up, washing my hair. It smells so good. But obviously, more importantly than that, my hair has been responding really well to it. So I guess the anti-pollution factor is just that it, takes away any buildup in your hair. It doesn't strip. Usually shampoos like that are not good for my hair because my hair is dry, but my hair has been responding really well to it. It doesn't strip it or anything. It's not super dry. So I personally have been loving that. And because my hair is dry, when I come out of the shower, just like from halfway down, I use the EvolvH. Again, I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's like a leave-in conditioning spray. Been using it for a long time. No problems with it. It keeps my hair like nice and soft. Does the job for like a leave-in after you shower. Does the job great. So let's go back about maybe like 2.5, 3 years. I was doing, okay, so my texture, for those of you that don't know, I'm sure you do because I complain about it all the time. The texture of my hair is frizzy, wiry, coarse, kind of wavy, kind of curly, not really one solid pattern. I have a lot of flyaways and just like frizz, like I said, frizz. And I had done the Brazilian blowout before, but I just wasn't consistent with it. I think I did it once or twice in like the span of like 5 or 6 years. But about 3 years ago, I decided I'm so done with, having to spend extra time styling my hair. So I said, I'm just gonna do the Brazilian blowout consistently. I'm gonna do it every 4 months when my new hair grows out. So that's exactly what I did. I would get a Brazilian blowout, and then about 4 months later, when I would get the new growth, I would go back and do it again. The thing is, I would ask the stylist to only treat the new growth, not the rest of the hair that had been already treated months ago, because that doesn't go away. I don't know why they say it lasts for a certain period of time. It lasts forever, as long as the hair is there. As far as I know, my experience has been that it's always stayed, it never faded away. And so the stylist would say, yeah, sure, I'll just do the new growth only. But every single time, he would like comb it all the way to the ends, retreating the already treated hair. And to begin with, it's not like the most gentle treatment on the hair, Brazilian blowout specifically, not just any keratin treatment, that specific one. So anyway, the first 1 or 2 times, it was great. I was enjoying just coming out of the shower and my hair drying straight, no frizz. I could put my waves through it whenever I want, once it air dried. It was pretty great for a while, until it wasn't. What ended up happening is I got them so back to back, and please don't judge me for that. I know if you're a hairstylist especially, you're probably judging the hell out of me right now, but I think I did it 4 times in a row, so 4 times every 4 months. And then by the last time, I started noticing like pretty abnormal hair loss. I have usually like twice as much hair as this. Obviously, part of it is like aging. I used to have like 3 times as much hair as this when I was younger, but again, part of it is normal aging, but what I was experiencing was not normal. So anyway, that continued for a period of time until it finally normalized, and my usual like full lion hair was just like depleted. There was hardly anything at the ends left. It was, even the roots felt like super like flat because usually I have so much hair, like I feel a lot of like fluff up here. And I finally realized where it was coming from because everything else was normal. My blood panels and everything, every test I did was normal. And I finally figured out that it was because I had done the Brazilian blowout back to back. My fault, I take ownership, but nevertheless, really difficult thing to deal with. So anyway, once I found out what the problem was, I kind of just decided to leave my hair alone for a little bit, not ever do that again, no more Brazilian blowout. I decided to give it like at least a year and a half to just rest and not have to go through that kind of chemical treatment. So eventually I started to notice, like when I was blow drying, a lot of new growth. So I could see the hair growing back, the hair that had fallen out. So I was very grateful for that. What I ended up doing is I waited about a year and a half since my very last Brazilian blowout treatment. At that point, I had like 7 or 8 inches more. What am I saying? Like 8 to 10 inches of new growth. And so I went to a hairstylist I know, Lucy, who does a keratin treatment called Tresola, which is formaldehyde free. It's much more mild. My friend Angie has done it with her plenty of times. So she vouched for her and I went. I was really happy with it. But even that, she was like, do not do this any more than like maybe once a year. So of course, in between those keratin treatments, I have a lot of new growth. Like my hair right now, as it stands, if I come out of the shower and let it just air dry, or even if I blow dry it, I'll have like this really like tame flat ends and like this really fluffy kind of frizzy, root situation, probably at least 5 inches now. So I found an at-home solution that allows me to get the new growth to match the rest of the hair. So at least it's like consistent and I don't have this like fluffy volume up here and then flat hair down here. Or if you have never done any of these keratin treatments and you have frizzy hair, let me hook you up. I'm using this spray called Good Behavior. It's by IGK. I have so many IGK products and I love so many of them, and this is one of them. So Good Behavior is a spray. So I spray it all through my hair when I come out of the shower before I blow dry. It's a spray it's a protein spray that allows your hair to sort of mimic the results of like a keratin treatment. So basically when I blow dry my hair using the Good Behavior all throughout my roots, I don't personally right now, I'm not putting it in the rest of my hair because the rest of my hair is already treated. But if the rest of my hair wasn't treated, I would put it all over. So when I blow dry it, and I could never get these results with a blow dryer because I've sworn off, what do you call it? The flat iron. I want to blow dry only. I could never get results this smooth and like straight with just a blow dryer. But with the Good Behavior spray, like I put it all through my roots and then I blow dry, it really gives me like, first of all, it looks like it's been flat ironed. It's like that sleek, but it looks like the rest of my hair. So it's basically pumping spirulina protein into the hair, and it's giving it that keratin smooth look. There's no formaldehyde, no mineral oil, nothing bad in it. It's vegan and cruelty free, by the way. But just the amount of time it has saved me in styling. I used to, before when I was trying to tame the roots against the rest of my hair, I would come out of the shower, I would blow dry, and it would just be like fluffy up here and then normal down here. I'd have to section it off and then one by one flat iron it. And flat ironing, I just learned from a stylist who cut my hair last week in New York. She's like, flat ironing causes a very specific kind of damage to your hair. She's like, you could look at the hair and tell, as a stylist, obviously. So you can look at it and tell that it's been flat ironed. So I have kind of sworn that off. But this Good Behavior spray saved me because, like I said, if I just blow dried without the spray, I could never get smooth results like that. My hair, if you have this texture, you know what I'm talking about. It's just that coarse, frizzy hair that you just really need to like iron the hell out of to get it to be smooth. But when I use the Good Behavior, it smooths it out perfectly. And I don't just use it out of the shower. Some days, this stuff gives like 24-hour frizz control, but some days I'll wake up, I don't know if I'm sweating in my sleep or what, but I'll wake up and like my roots are like sky high. They're like so big. I don't know, maybe it's my pillow, the way I'm sleeping, but some days my roots are just wild. So I even use it on dry hair and then go back and blow dry it. And this kind of has given me the option to wear my hair straight again. Otherwise I couldn't really, because again, the volume imbalance and then the flyaways I would get from flat ironing. I'm the flyaway queen. I don't know where the hell, it's all this new growth that's coming out. It's like they just stick straight up and I have this like random mohawk going back. So anyway, that was the longest story in life, but I just wanted to share because a lot of people on Instagram especially have been asking me how I'm dealing with hair loss, asking questions about the keratin treatment. So like I said, I personally would stay away from Brazilian blowout, too intense. If you're gonna do something, my experience with Tresola was really good. Tresola, Tressola. But to help with new growth, actually the other day when I was in New York, I was getting my hair cut, and when she was blow drying my hair, I was so happy because you could see all the new growth that was coming out. Like it's like literally like this short hair is coming out of my head. That's how you know, I'm getting all the volume up here and not that much down here, but I keep cutting it so that it, you know, at some point eventually they'll meet. But I'm taking something now that's supposed to be helping me with my hair growth. Sona actually told me about this. She said it's like a liquid mineral supplement. She said that she started taking it and her hair grew like crazy. She's like, I couldn't believe how fast my hair was growing. So of course I hopped on Amazon real quick and I ordered it. So it's this mineral supplement right here. It's liquid. It has like a very mild flavor. It's not bad at all, but I take this once a day and I just started it, so I can't say anything about it just yet. But from what Sona told me, it works great. So I'm just gonna continue taking that. I'll link it down below too, so if you guys wanna try it out. Now let's talk about grays, shall we? Arguably the most annoying hair problem, especially when you have black hair. It's not fun. So I've finally given in and started going to the salon to get them done or colored. My whole thing is I want to keep my color as virgin as possible. So I asked them to just paint over I'm a pain in the ass, but I asked them to just paint over the grays just so I can keep the rest of my hair as natural as possible. So this is my natural color. It's like on the color scale, it's a 2, which is the darkest brown before it's an actual pure black. But between salon treatments, I use the Clairol Root Touch Up. I've talked about this plenty of times. Excellent, excellent product to use at home. Works in 10 minutes, covers the grays, blends perfectly. I use the number 2, the number 2 color. Super foolproof. I've never had a problem with it. It comes with everything you need, the brush, the gloves, the developer, the color. So I would highly recommend that if you want to use something at home, something quick. Because a lot of times dye takes like 45 to 50 minutes to really take, especially for grays. This stuff, 10 minutes. I don't know what kind of sorcery makes that happen, but it works. Now, dry shampoo. For my hair type and texture, dry, coarse, dry shampoo is a must because I wash my hair every 4 to 5 days. Usually 5. I know a lot of people out there wash their hair every day because it gets super oily. If I washed my hair every day, it would all fall out. This shit does not get oily. It takes like a week for it to get like super oily. So dry hair, you just don't want to wash that often. But dry shampoo saves me for like when I come out of the gym and it's too early to wash my hair, or if, I don't know, just whatever reason you need to kind of like maybe even a little volume. Sometimes like I use dry shampoo for volume. The one that I've used so many, and there's a lot of really good dry shampoos out there, but the IGK First Class Charcoal Detox Spray is my favorite one. It just does something different. Like it really, I feel like, gives it that clean feel, gives it volume. I really love the smell more than any other spray. So that's the dry shampoo that I use. I love it. So now let's talk about styling tools, because probably, I don't know if any hairstylists are gonna come after me for this. I hope you don't, because this is just my personal opinion. Nobody has to listen to me. But this whole ionic technology that's in blow dryers and flat irons and whatever, I personally do not see a difference. I've been using an ionic charged whatever blow dryer for some time, and I notice it's just like, it doesn't give enough pressure. I don't notice that it necessarily dries my hair any faster. Sometimes I go to hotels and they'll have like that super Solano. It's like a freaking machine gun and it's so strong. And I'm using it going, damn it, this is a blow dryer. I think I just jumped on the ionic bandwagon and thought it was like the place to be. But I think I'm gonna stop using that and go back to like one of the OG like hair salon grade classic blow dryers. I don't see a difference. Again, it's my personal opinion. Maybe ceramic makes a difference in, you know, irons, curling irons and flat irons. But ionic, I think it's just gimmicks. In fact, the curling iron that I use is about $14.99 from Target. It's I think it's like a collab with Conair and Gilbert, but I've used Hot Tools. Hot Tools has like a great line now of, Hot Tools was like what we used in the 7th grade. It was so cheap. Remember when it was gold? If you're old, as old as me, Hot Tools was like gold, the barrel. Now they have a black line, and it's still available at like Target, Walmart, any of these affordable stores for like anywhere from $15 to $30. You don't need to spend like $250 on hair tools to get the right style. I'm telling you from experience. So speaking of style, I have ditched my flat iron because, again, a hairstylist told me that flat iron just incurs a very specific kind of damage to the hair, and I cannot afford any damage right now, especially to all my new growth up here. So I have decided to put my flat iron away, my little GHD. It served me well. I no longer use that, but I do use a curling iron. It's a 3/4 inch barrel. Usually 3/4 inch to 1 inch works great. I don't really stray from those two sizes. And this is my go-to. Pretty much been doing this for about 10 years now, maybe a little more. I get a lot of questions about how I style my hair. I've done a couple of hair videos, and I have to say, honestly, my technique has not changed. I still do it the exact same way. I've done it from day one. I start by taking a section of my hair, not too big, not too small. I always start with the barrel about halfway up the hair shaft, clamp it there, start to turn it and, you know, spiral it up toward my roots, hold it toward my roots because I have more hair there. And then the one thing you have to do with a curling iron, a clamped curling iron, is you gotta be good with your thumb. You gotta be loose with it. So you have to make sure you're not allowing the clamp to just close on the hair and stay there. You have to finesse it. You have to keep it moving so that it gives you that nice shape, that nice wave. Otherwise, if you just hold it there and then hold it and then hold it, it's gonna give you those like ringlet kind of curls. As opposed to if you really just kind of work that clamp so that it's not closed on your hair the whole time, that you're allowing it a little bit of movement through the barrel, that's what's gonna give it that nice shape, that nice wave. And once it comes out of the clamp, I take the curl and I just kind of like run my finger through it. I like to, while it's still hot, just loosen it up a little bit. That's what gets like, and tomorrow this style is gonna look even better. The more days go by, the more it relaxes and the better it looks. Nobody likes first day hair. As far as hairspray goes, honestly, hairspray is hairspray. There's just nothing I could say about one hairspray over another. It's like, wow, this one is spectacular. Unless we're talking about like Aquanet versus the Way. Yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of difference there, but generally speaking, you could go out and buy like a drugstore brand and be fine. What else do I get asked about with my hair? Oh, shine. People ask me all the time how I get my hair shiny, and I really don't know what to tell them. because I actually don't do anything to make it shiny. I think what's made it shiny is just over the years embracing my natural hair color, not color treating it. I don't know what else to say about it. I don't really use, I did for a while when I was transitioning from the ombre to dark again. The, is it Alterna? Let me see. Yeah, it's the Alterna Bamboo Smooth Candy Oil. That's one of the few products. It's rare that like a hair product really makes an impression and I remember it long after using it. It comes in a spray and I believe like a serum version too. But if you want something really good, lightweight, super lightweight, that gives you like, it's an oil obviously, but it gives you that really nice shine without looking greasy, and it smell is really important to me. It smells really good. That's a really, really good pick. I think that's really it for hair. There's not really anything else that I do to it. I don't really do like masks or anything. I've passed the point of like extreme damage from color treating. If you've been with my channel for a while, you remember the blonde tips. So I've decided to just embrace my natural color. And now, I mean, I used to like hate having dark hair, but now I can't imagine any other hair color. So yeah, we're just gonna be over here for the next, I don't know, year or two, waiting for all this new growth to get nice and long. Oh yeah, one more thing, haircut. This is another really common question. What do I ask for when I get my hair cut? So if you want this kind of, style or this kind of cut, what I ask for when I go to the stylist is, one, no layers. I make that clear. It's like the first thing I say, hello, nice to meet you, no layers. I'm desperate for more volume at the bottom right now, so layers would be completely counterproductive. What's super important for me is my cut right now is basically a really long lob. So if you were to grab, like just make a claw and put your hands on either side of your head and dig out this hair that's just above your ear, okay? If you bring this forward, okay, this hair, you want to stay long. You want that length to be just about as long as your longest layer. So that's really important, is this hair up here above your ears makes all the difference. So when you have this nice length here, you get this fluffy kind of full look down here. If this is short, which a lot of people do, it's like that 90s Jen Aniston look from Friends, you get that chopped up kind of like, it's not conducive to a nice volumized look. Holy cow, I talked a lot in this video. So I know I covered a lot in this video and I talked super fast. I'm sorry. Everything you need to know about my personal hair routine, any questions that I've been getting about style, products, how to cope with hair loss. That's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and of course I'll see you in my next one. Do you see this layer right here? Do you see that? Do you see that new growth? See, that's not a layer that I cut into my hair. That right there is some hair that fell out and then decided to join us again.